Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat and today we're going to be reviewing the new Honor 8 Pro. So let's quickly get started. Now the Honor 8 Pro, also known as the Honor V9, is the Honor variant of the Huawei P10, has been launched in India for a price of $29,999 and will go on sale exclusively on Amazon, links to which are in the description below. To make this review a little special, we are giving away 2 Honor 8 Pros and 2 Honor 8 Lites. All you need to do is make sure you're subscribed to iGyan and leave a comment in the comment section below on why you like the Honor 8 Pro and what you liked about our review. Now all the details to taking part in this giveaway are in the description below, so make sure you go check those out so that you don't miss out on this epic giveaway. Now the Honor 8 Pro is built completely out of metal. It does have Gorilla Glass 3 over at the front, but is missing any sort of IP certification, so the device is not water resistant or dust proof. For the price bracket, it may not be such a big letdown, but it does have certain other hardware aspects that you may start to like. For starters, the device has 6GB of RAM and 128GB of onboard storage, and you can also pop in a micro SD card to increase that. The phone features a 5.7-inch display, which is a LTPS IPS LCD display, but it also has a Quad HD resolution with a 2560 by 1440 pixel display, giving it a total of 515 pixels per inch. Like I said earlier, the device does have Corning Gorilla Glass 3, which has been designed to resist scratches, so you'll get some sort of protection over there. Now running everything on the Honor 8 Pro is the HiSilicon Kirin 960 chipset, which is an octa-core chipset with a combination of quad-core 2.4 GHz CPU and a quad-core 1.8 GHz CPU. You also get the Mali G71 MP8 GPU. Now all of this mixed up with the 6GB of RAM make the device pretty good as far as performance and day-to-day tasks are concerned. Now granted, your benchmark results are not even as good as the OnePlus 3T, but the phone manages to hold its own whether you're gaming, multitasking, or running heavy applications. As far as gaming is concerned, you'll play games on full graphics without any lag or loss in gameplay quality whatsoever. The display is also a gorgeous display that allows you to enjoy the gaming experience a lot more, especially for games that have been designed for a high-res display. Now the display is also great indoors as well as outdoors, has great viewing angles, but more importantly, thanks to the Quad HD resolution, the device makes for a great VR device. In fact, so much so that the company includes a VR headset cardboard style inside the box, where the box converts into a cardboard where you can pop in your phone along with the 2 lenses that are supplied with it to convert it into a VR headset. The phone does run Android 7 with EMUI 5.1 or Emotion UI 5.1, which is a little customized, and it does have a full layer on the screen. It's almost like MIUI or designed to look like iOS, where all your apps and icons sit on the main screen. You do get a little bit of bloatware, but you can easily uninstall it, so there's no problem in it. It is more or less stockish, where you can turn off things that you don't want. For example, they have this blink feed style board on the left, which they call the high board, which you can completely disable in case you're not planning on using it. You also have the ability to duplicate apps, so if you want 2 instances of Snapchat, if you want 2 instances of WhatsApp, or even Facebook running on your device, you can easily do that by duplicating the apps that you want, which is supported natively on the device. There are also certain shortcuts that you can enable, for example, using your knuckles to launch applications, which may take some time getting used to, but again, as shortcuts go, may come in handy for those who like quickly launching applications from the lock screen. Now the highlight of the phone is the dual camera setup on the back. Just like the Huawei P10, the phone has a dual camera setup, but in this case you don't have the high resolution sensors or the Leica branding on the camera. So you get a dual 12 megapixel camera setup with an f2.2 lens, but one is a color sensor whereas one is a monochrome sensor. Both combined can give you an f-stop of 0.95, which is pretty good if you're trying to do those bokeh effect pictures, but this is more or less done in software, combining the detail from both the cameras. But the outcome of this effect turns out to be really good, and in comparison to the OnePlus 5 and the Mi 6, I'd have to say that Honor's implementation of this depth effect is a lot better, and the images are much sharper, including the subjects in the foreground turn out to be really great. Apart from that, the camera in itself is pretty good, has excellent contrast when you're capturing images, and it has great dynamic range as well. If you're trying to click monochrome shots or click some artsy shots, the monochrome camera comes in handy for that and does a pretty good job of that as well. The front-facing camera, granted, it is an 8 megapixel camera with an f2 lens, but it's kind of flat and the colors don't really pop. Also, both the rear camera and the front camera lack any sort of image stabilization, especially if you're shooting 4K video, you'll find that your video turns out to be really shaky. So if you want any sort of image stabilization, you can dumb down the video capture to 1080p to get electronic image stabilization, which turns out to be much better. But again, the lack of any sort of optical image stabilization or electronic image stabilization in the 4K video is completely disappointing. Now the device will take in 2 SIM cards, both of which will work on 4G along with VoLTE, which is voice over LTE. So you can have your Reliance Jio SIM cards in there, and you can have your regular Airtel, Vodafone, etc. SIM cards in there. The network quality is good. The audio coming in and going out is great as well. The device also does have an infrared port, so you can manage your remotes on the device. You do also have a dedicated app to allow you to control and configure devices around your house that use infrared remotes. As far as the battery is concerned, it has the largest out of the Mi 6, the OnePlus 5. The Honor 8 Pro has 4000 milliamp hour battery, which does have an 18 watt quick charger included inside the box. So it charges up in about an hour and a half. So it takes a really long time to charge compared to say the dash charging on the OnePlus 5, but this is a larger battery and it lasts more than a day on extreme use as well. So if you have a really heavy use where you have the device on mostly throughout the day, you'll find that the phone lasts towards the end of the day without any problems. Now, if your usage is not that heavy and you're using your phone mostly for basic browsing, using some apps and making phone calls, you'll find your device lasting about a day and a half, or in some cases even more than that, which for the battery life is pretty good. We also found that the device does not heat up while you're playing games or using heavy applications on the phone, which turns out to be great. We also found that the RAM management on the phone is good, so you won't find the device lagging with many applications running in the background. All in all, for the price of $29,999, the Honor 8 Pro is a pretty great option. Those who are looking for great hardware with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of onboard storage, you may never need a micro SD card. The device is slightly heavier at 184 grams, but does have a 4000 mAh battery, and out of the many phones available in this price bracket, is one of the only ones who has a quad HD display, which is a 2K display, which definitely gives this device an advantage, especially if you're planning to use it with VR headsets. The video capture could have been better from the main cameras, but as far as photography is concerned, the cameras do a pretty good job, especially if you're looking for that bokeh effect or portrait effect in capturing those images. All in all, the Honor 8 Pro gives you another option, but a budget-friendly option, is cheaper than the OnePlus 3T and the OnePlus 5, and is definitely something that you should consider if you're in the market for a new smartphone. Like I said, guys, we're giving away 4 Honor 8 devices, 2 Honor 8 Pros and 2 Honor 8 Lites. Details to how to take part in that contest or giveaway are in the description below. Make sure you're subscribed to iGyan. Make sure if you like this video to smash that like button if you haven't already done that by the end of the video. My name is Bharat Nagpal. All the links to everything are in the description below. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.